Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marta, I come from Norway and I love makeup, and today I am doing another declutter video, which I actually haven't done in years now, so it's about time to do it. Now, most of my makeup I either buy it myself or I get PR from brands that I really love, so for me it's really hard to get rid of makeup because the things that I have bought myself or gotten in PR, I just love it all. So it's very hard for me to let it go, but some of these things are stuff that I've bought years and years ago and I never reach for them, so I've kind of just figured out that if I don't reach for it, or I would reach for something else before this, then I have to let it go and give it away to some friends or family. So that's what I've decided to do. And I do actually have a small suitcase that is filled with this makeup, so I can't even like lift it up and show you everything at the same time because it's a lot of makeup. And yeah, I think we should just get started. So I'm going to talk a little bit about why I chose to not keep the makeup and basically just my experience with the makeup, because all of this, or at least almost all of it, I have used before, just not a lot. And if I have things here that I have used a lot or it's expired basically or smells weird, then I'm definitely not going to give it away. But let's just get started. So I'm actually going to start with this Glam Shop palette, which I don't think I've ever decluttered anything from Glam Shop, but my palette collection from Glam Shop is starting to get out of control because I buy their palettes and also they send me things in PR, and I'm pretty sure that this one was sent to me in PR. And for me, it's just the color story here that's kind of throwing me a bit off, because the quality of the shadows are amazing. You have like this pastel multichrome that has a very like lime shift and it's beautiful. And I also think that these colors are beautiful. I will say that the shimmers here, they are not really my cup of tea, just because they're not shifty. They're sparkly, of course, but not super sparkly. And I don't know, it's just something about this lilac, which by the way is my favorite shade in here, but it's just like a little bit weird to me in this palette, although I think that you can make some really awesome spring looks with this palette. But that's just the reason why I've decided to give this one away, because I think it's a relatively new palette and it's great quality and someone else will really like this. And then we have this palette, New Romantic, from Beauty Bay. And Beauty Bay does amazing eyeshadows for a very affordable price. And I don't think I've ever used this palette. I think I might have like swatched a few of them. And I know that this shade came broken, so I have repressed that. But this is like a color story that I think most people who wear makeup, like not like me with indie makeup that wear looks like this, but people who wear makeup every day would really appreciate this color story, because it's like reds and pinks and a few neutrals in here. So I think that that's why I just decided to give this away, because I wouldn't reach for this because the shimmers aren't like special shimmers, they're not super sparkly, they're not shifty. So I think it doesn't really make sense for me to keep this when I know I'm not going to reach for it, even though I know the quality is really good. So that's why I'm letting someone else have this beautiful Beauty Bay palette. And I do have another Beauty Bay palette. I think a lot of people will recognize this, and this is actually one of their best palettes, I would say. And this is Nikki Tutorials collab palette, and I think the shimmers in here are very beautiful, especially like this shade All In here is just the most beautiful duochrome. But for me, I have those kind of shades in other palettes. I have them in single shadows, and I haven't reached for this one probably since I did a video on it, I think. And you can see the packaging is just like not really what I go for, because it's really hard to hold it open, and I don't know, it's just a little bit weird. But I do like the colors in here and the quality is really good. So yeah, I really do like this palette, but I'm not gonna keep it just because I'm not gonna reach for it. And here we have a palette from ABH Cosmetics. It's even like dusty because I've just had it on a shelf. But this one I was really not wanting to let go of, because this is Naughty or Nice palette. And look at these, they're beautiful colors in here. And you do even have some special shimmers like this one. You also have a few pressed glitters, which I'm not like the biggest fan of, but for Christmas I feel like that's maybe that time of year that you would actually use it. But again, I'm not reaching for this. It does have a lot of boring shimmers as well. So I just figured out, since I don't think I will ever reach for this one again because I have other Christmas palettes as well, I will just give this one away. It's great quality. I love the colors in here. You can do so many looks, and yeah, I don't have anything negative to say about it other than the fact that some of the shimmers are a little bit boring for me, but other than that, it's a great palette. So this one I'm also just getting rid of now. I also have this blush palette. It's called, I thought it was Peach Bellini, but it says only Bellini. But it has 6 colors in it that are all kind of peachy and rosy, and I think that this blush palette is perfect for people with pale or light skin. It's just that for me, I don't really use powder products anymore. I just use creams, and if I use powders, I do have some amazing blushes from Kaleidos Makeup and Glam Shop that I think I like more. And also it's just a little bit more difference in the colors because all of these are quite similar, especially when you get them on the cheek. But I know of a friend of mine who said she needs some blushes, so this one is going to her. And it's very I mean, I barely used it. I've used it maybe a few times, so it has a lot of uses left. So I'm giving this one away to one of my friends. Another eyeshadow palette that I've been clinging on to is the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. I still remember the time when Juvia's Place was like super popular and everyone wanted to get their shadows because they were just so colorful and so pigmented. I do still think that their mattes are really good, but their shimmers are just a little bit boring. There's nothing wrong with them, it's just that they are way more on the satin side, and I prefer sparkles, I prefer shifts, and they just don't have that. So although the mattes in here are really great, I think that some of my friends might want to use this one to get into colors maybe. So I'm just letting this go. I'm not seeing myself using this ever again, so it doesn't make sense for me to keep it. Now I did see that I have a few more Glam Shop palettes in my declutter, so I'm going to show you those first. This one is Magenta. It's their color of 2023. I think it was the Pantone color, and they usually have done a palette with the theme of the Pantone color every year. And I mean, this palette is so beautiful. It's really gorgeous. It's just that I don't really reach for pinks, and I do actually have their, I think it's 5 or 6 pan palettes that they released for Valentine's maybe 2 years ago, and in that collection they do have one that has basically kind of these colors, so I would definitely just reach for that one before I reach for this one. And I do have some iridescence in single form from Glam Shop that would probably be similar to this, so I just decided that I'm not going to keep this one, but it's a beautiful palette. It even has this kind of more crystal formula shade here, which is just super beautiful. So I might regret getting rid of this, and I also did get this in PR, which makes it feel a little bit more iffy to not keep it, but I can't keep everything because my collection is just so huge right now, and I don't see myself using this. I would rather use some other products from them that have the similar kind of colors, but it's definitely a beautiful palette. And then we have this one, Svuota Era, and this one is a very interesting palette. It has a lot of beautiful shimmers in here, but for me it's just the color story here that makes me not want to keep this. And I actually bought it myself, and I got one in PR, I think, or I got 2 in PR at different times. I don't really remember, but for me it's just like this green is throwing me off a little bit, and the main shimmers I would reach for here are the more neutral ones, and I have that in other palettes from Glam Shop that I find a lot more interesting, so that's just the reason why I'm not keeping this one. But it does of course have beautiful shimmers, beautiful mattes, and you can do a lot of different looks with this palette, but I'm not reaching for it, so it's gonna go. And then I actually have a blush palette from them. This one is from their Oriental collection, and this one is beautiful. It's so pretty. But the thing with these blush and, did I say blush palette? It's not just blushes, it's like a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. And the thing is that Glam Shop has for several collections released face palettes that look basically like this. So I do have another one with this kind of baked formula that I'm keeping instead because it's a little bit lighter. For example, this highlighter would definitely be too dark for me. So that's the only reason I'm giving this one away, because I do have something very, very similar from the same brand in the same formulas with just better colors for me. So then it just doesn't make sense for me to keep this one when I probably wouldn't reach for it, because I have other palettes from them that I would rather reach for. And the same goes for this palette. By the way, the previous one and this one I'm pretty sure I got in PR. This is called Konturovnia Mini. So it's with the Santorini collection, which I'm keeping the eyeshadow palette, by the way, because I haven't done a video on it yet. But I haven't used this one at all. I haven't swatched it or anything, but you can see already that these bronzer shades, they're just a little bit too dark for me. And I think also the highlighter here would be a little bit too dark for me, because you can see just like the base tone here. And again, I do have other palettes from them, for example from one of their collab collections that was like a bridal collection. I'm keeping that, for example, and that's basically the same, just in a little bit of a smaller format and with colors that match me a little bit better. Now I think that was everything from Glam Shop, but interestingly enough, I do actually have a few palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills that I'm letting go of now, which I don't know, their palettes are so beautiful, but the color stories are just a little bit too colorful, or just not the kind of color stories that I go for. So the first one is this one. It doesn't, well, it just says Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1. And this one has, as you can see, a lot of mattes, and they're pink. So that is the main reason that I'm letting go of this. I don't reach for these kind of colors, and if I do, I reach for other palettes with those kind of colors, even though this one is a beautiful duochrome shade, and I think this one too is like a golden iridescent. So it's a really beautiful palette with gorgeous quality eyeshadow, but I think someone else will use this a lot more than me, because I'd never reach for it. And the other palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills that I'm letting go of is this one. It's the Volume 3 palette, and it is so cute with like the cherries and stuff. But again, you have a lot of pinks in here. You have a pressed glitter. The colors in the pressed glitters are beautiful, but I don't know. And the other shimmer here is a blue to purple duochrome, and then you have a pink iridescent. So I wouldn't work with this palette alone. I don't even remember if I ever used it, but I do love that there's a green in here. It's just like the green is more of a cooler toned green, which I don't personally reach for that much. That is my dog. But I usually reach for a bit warmer greens, so I don't know. I'm just not keeping this on because I never use it. And then I do have some blush, highlighter, and a bronzer from Pastel Roses actually. And this one is called Dusty Bouquet. I haven't used it, I haven't opened the plastic. It's a beautiful peachy color. The highlighter, I think it might be a little bit too deep for me, but not too much. But I have so many highlighters and I haven't used this, so I figured I would just give it away. These were also all sent to me in PR, so again, I feel a bit bad for not having used them or showed them off, but I just feel like for me, if I don't see myself using them a lot, I don't want to use them just to use them once and then have them sitting around in my desk. So I'm just rather giving them away, and I will just do some more content on the products from the brand that I do really love, which are their single shadows and eyeshadow palettes. Anyway, this bronzer is also just way too warm for me, so that one I wouldn't actually be able to use without looking a little bit off in my skin tone, so I figured why not give away this set of blush, bronzer and highlighter. And since I haven't even used these, I might just end up giving them in a giveaway, because I have a ton of products as well that I've purchased myself, and also things I've gotten double in PR after purchasing the product myself first, so I might do a giveaway on that. So this might go in the giveaway pile. More eyeshadows. I do have these two from Huda Beauty. It's the Sapphire and Emerald palette, I think. Yeah, Sapphire Obsessions and Emerald Obsessions. These are really beautiful, and they do have some shimmers that are a bit more up my alley actually, and also like this grungy brown. But again, I don't reach for this, and especially these colors I do have a ton of in my single shadows. I do have them in palettes, so I just don't feel like I would ever reach for these instead. Here you have this one, which has a fun pop of neon green. And the shimmers here are actually beautiful. They're super sparkly, but again, not reaching for it, so I'm not keeping it. And here I actually have two palettes from Sosu and Clay Makeup, CLE Makeup. It's the Bare and Bougie and the Azure Allure palette, and it's basically just together they're a rainbow palette. And I remember the quality of these two being so amazing. They were just blending so beautifully. They were super pigmented. You can see here is the warm toned one, and here is the cooler toned one. You can see these greens are just so beautiful, and I do love greens mixed with purple, but the shimmers here are just more of a satin kind of formula that I don't ever reach for. And I do have these mattes in other palettes, and I don't feel like the undertones in the colors are very particular, so they're more like the regular greens, the regular blues, the regular purples. So that's another reason I'm not keeping it, but I remember these being such good qualities and I loved using them. Then we have this eyeshadow palette that I purchased, I think it was from eBay, and some people were saying that this could be like dangerous to use on the eyes, but it was this one. I love this color story, it's so cool, and the shimmers are actually quite good, but I'm not sure if I can give this away or not, because I mean, if it might be dangerous to use them, I wouldn't want to give it away, but I have used it myself and I didn't have any issues or anything. But yeah, I'm just deciding to ditch this palette because I'm not using it myself. I do have these colors in other palettes, especially like from Shelby and other Asian brands. I don't remember the name of the other one. Oh my god. Okay, but anyway, I'm not keeping this one, and I probably also won't give it away, so I might just trash it because it was super cheap, and if it's dangerous to use, don't use it. And I think we're getting towards the end of the eyeshadow palettes here. This one is from Sample Beauty. It's called a Plush palette, and I remember Batty Bean using this a lot, or at least that's where I saw it, and I don't think I've ever used this. I think I've swatched like maybe this shade, and it looks like I've swatched this shade, but it's a mix of neutrals and blue and purple, and this shade is really beautiful, but the other shimmers are quite boring. And even though I do like the mattes, these are kind of the green blue shadows that I don't personally think look good on my skin tone. So that's why I've decided to not keep this one and give it away instead. And then I think this is the last eyeshadow palette. It's the 2000s Remix Dance palette. It's from ABH Cosmetics, and I also never used this one. I might have swatched one shade, which is the purple. Apparently I always swatch the purple shadows, and these shimmers actually do look really beautiful and sparkly. So I think this is a great palette, and the color story is interesting, but I feel like I wouldn't use it or I wouldn't like want to reach for it too much, because you would basically just do the same kind of looks all the time, which for me would probably be like a mix of this with the orange or the orange with the purple. But yeah, I think it's a great palette, even though I haven't used it, but like it looks really good and I've seen other people enjoy it a lot. So this one is going to a new home. Then for eyeshadows, I do have a ton of single shadows from mostly, I think these are Colourpop or Coastal Scents is the name, I almost forgot. But do you remember the time of like Coastal Scents hot pots when those were like, I don't know, $1 or $2 each? I think some of these are from them and some I see are from Colourpop, but it's the more satin formula from Colourpop, which I don't reach for, so that's why I am giving these away. These ones I think I depotted from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics that have big pans, and they're just not special, those shimmers, so I'm not gonna keep these. And I don't know, I'm just planning to give away this whole palette to a friend and see if she wants it. If not, it's probably going to get tossed because these are super old, but they don't smell bad or anything, so I'm definitely thinking that they're safe to use. But yeah, not keeping these ones. Okay, so I just moved up some more products. And the next one, we do have a ABH Cosmetics blush palette in collaboration with Doja Cat. And I think you can see the reason why I bought it, because these have this has like beautiful orange and warm toned blushes, but again, same reason as with the other powder blush palette, I don't really go for powder anymore, and if I do, it's Glam Shop or Kaleidos makeup, so that's the only reason I'm not gonna keep this, because I rarely use this and because I have other things I would rather use. And I did find these two relatively new bronzers from Glam Shop. I think it's like a cream to powder formula or something, but this would never work for me. It's so dark, so I'm definitely not keeping that, and I'm not even going to swatch it because it's just way too dark and I can't get this other one up. There we go. This one I think I swatched because I was trying to see if I could use it, and it's like very dark, but I could kind of get away with it if I blend it a lot, so I'm just not keeping it, and I'm giving it away to someone who has a little bit of a darker skin tone than me. So those two, even though I got them in PR, I'm just not going to use them and I'm going to give them away. And then I have Luminous powder from Glam Shop, and this is like super sparkly and beautiful, and I'm kind of getting into highlighter again, so I'm kind of reconsidering this a little bit. But again, this is like super sparkly highlighter. It's like the skin of a killer kind of highlighter. It's super sparkly. I'll see if I can like put a little bit here. I don't know if you can even see that, but it's super sparkly, and that's not the highlighter I'm going for. If anything, I would probably use this to like tap over a neutral look, and I think that would look really beautiful. But I think some of my friends might really enjoy this one, so I think I'm gonna give it away to them instead. And then I have two products here that I actually bought from my sister, so it's not really a declutter because it's the Essence Highlighter Duo from Glam Shop. You can see it's even got the both the plastic and everything in it. But I actually have two of these already. One of them was smashed, but the other one I think I bought myself just because I loved it so much, and I like mixing them. Even though it's a little bit dark, I use it kind of like as a blush topper. And now I'm losing the protection here. But I figured since I love it so much, I wanted to get it to my sister because why not? And the other one here is just a contour powder because I do love their powder contours, so I bought one also for my sister. And then I do have two cream blushes that I basically just never use because I do have so many cream products that I love. And this is Planet Revolution Clean Evolution Beauty. It's just like a Makeup Revolution branch, I think. And it doesn't really say anything about the formula. Wait here, Cheek and Lip Duo. This one is in Sweet Rose, this one is in Peach Breeze, and they're both beautiful colors. It's just that I never reach for them because I do have other cream products that I prefer, but these are really beautiful. So I think if my friends want to try cream blushes, I think this would be really nice to start with that. So I'm giving them both away. So yeah, not really a particular reason for me giving away these, but just because I have other products that I reach for more. I also have this glossy lip oil that I bought from the Norwegian brand Makeup Mecca, and I don't remember if this is just a gloss or if it's like a plumping gloss, but I think I used it once, so I'm giving this one away to one of my friends that might want a super glossy gloss. Yeah, it's definitely mint. I can smell it. But yeah, I do have other products like that, so I'm giving this one away. Another lip product from Revolution. I don't know, I think this is a really beautiful one. I like the packaging, although some might call it tacky, but I kind of like it. But it's this kind of mauve purple shade. I do have a lot of lipsticks from other brands though that look like this. I think Glam Shop has some. I probably have like, it's a little bit similar to Mercury Wave by Kaleidos Makeup, and I just prefer those formulas, so that's why I was thinking I would give this one away. And I do also have like a ton of beauty blenders and stuff, and I don't use beauty blenders, so I'm giving them away. This one I think was a gift from Dandelions Cosmetics. I think this one was from Oasis Makeup, and then I have a lot of them from Glam Shop as well because they just often have them in their collections and they send the collections to me, but I don't use beauty blenders, so I'm just giving them away. If one of my friends uses them, then they can have them. And I'm not joking when I say I have a lot of them, and there's even like at least one or two more in my bag here. So yeah, I hope someone likes beauty blenders. So we're continuing with a lot of random face makeup. I do have another one of the Luminous powders from Glam Shop, but this one is a little bit of a deeper color. So this one I'm definitely giving away. If I'm not giving away the other one, then this one is definitely going. But really beautiful highlighter if you like sparkly highlighters. I also see that I have the Face Duo from Glam Shop with the Cherry Chocolate collection here, and it is basically just due to the colors here. They're not really my kind of colors, but I do love the finish of this. It's like a satin kind of finish, and I think the blush is nice, but it's not really the kind of tone that I go for, so I think that some of my friends might really like this one. And same goes for this one. It's just a highlighter that I think I bought myself, but it's a little bit dark and a little bit too sparkly, and I definitely have something similar in my face palettes from Glam Shop, so I was just thinking that I would give this one away because I do have a ton of highlighters, and although this is a really good quality and I do love the compacts from Glam Shop, then I think some of my friends might really like this. Okay, I think we're finally at the last Glam Shop product, and this one is their contour pencil, and I love this formula, but I do have it in the other color as well, and that one is a much better color for me. This one is a little dark and also a little bit warm to be a contour for me. You can see that right here, but I think this would be perfect for one of my friends so they can enjoy this one, because I'm really enjoying the other one that I have from them. Another bronzing product, I have the Sol, what is it called? Face and Body Bronzing Balm. This one is like straight up orange. I don't even know how I've used this so much. Okay, it's not straight up orange, but it's very warm toned, so it's not my kind of tone, I feel like, although I could get away with it. It's not something I reach for. Oh, it does smell like summer though. It's like coconut. Really nice. So I think maybe my friend would like this. And then I actually have a cream blush from Rude Cosmetics, and it's called Creamsicle. It's a beautiful color, but I remember not loving this formula so much. I think it was like a little bit too dry maybe. So I'm not keeping this because I do have a lot of other cream products that I would rather use instead of this one. So that's why I'm not keeping that. And I do actually have a really beautiful highlighter, Super Shock highlighter from Colourpop, which is more of like a blushy highlighter. It's the Super Shock Cheek in the shade Mr. Wind, but it's very sparkly, and I again don't really reach for that. If I want a sparkly highlighter, I'd rather just use the Kaleidos makeup ones because I love those kind of shifts that they have. So this one I'm not gonna keep, but it's really beautiful. Oh, another face product that I'm getting rid of is the Anastasia Beverly Hills setting powder. There's a ton left in here, and I'm pretty sure some of my friends might actually use this regularly. And the packaging is just like, you can see how much product there is in here, so I'm never gonna use this up. Also, I just feel like, I don't remember, I think that this one is just a little bit too thick, or that it makes my concealer, if I put it on a concealer, that it makes it look a little bit darker, so that's why I'm not keeping this one, and I do have others that I would rather use. And then I have this Coral Peach Cream Cheek Blush from Honest Beauty, and this one is actually really beautiful. Should I keep it? I might redecide, and this one was actually a gift from a friend of mine, so ooh, this one is a really nice color. I think I might keep this. But when we were talking about Colourpop, I do actually have one product where I'm decluttering all of the colors that I have. And that is, don't I have more than 3? Well, it's the Cheek Dew Serum Blush, and people were saying that these separated a lot, and I was like, no, they don't, but yes, they do. And I think that this formula is something I really liked when I was just like, during summer you don't want to wear any foundation, you just want a little bit of color in your face. Then I found that this one was really beautiful, but I think when you use it on top of a foundation it's a little bit harder to blend, so that's why I'm not keeping it. Also because of the separation, I don't know if it's actually bad or if it's just like a ingredient problem here, but I'm not keeping them. Oops. And I don't know if my friend would want them when they look like this in the bottle, but yeah, not keeping them. And oh my god, who remembers the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer? These were like so popular. I don't know when. Was it like 2016 or something? But these were so popular, and you can see I bought this one to use as a bronzer. It's very dark and also very warm, and I think this one was one that I bought as a corrector, as like a yellow corrector. but these ones are so old. I think I'm gonna have to throw them away, but I mean, yeah, I mean, they smell a little bit old, but not bad, but I think I'm just gonna have to throw them away. But what a throwback. Have you used these before? Another concealer that I bought thinking it would be like a bronzer to me. Oh my god, the Uoma Stay Woke concealer is actually really amazing if you want a concealer for the under eye, for example. But this one, I mean, did I buy this as a corrector? I don't know, maybe I should keep it as a corrector because it could work like that. But this one is a very nice formula, so I really recommend the formula. But this color is just not my color at all for bronzer or anything. Maybe as a corrector, but I don't know. If I have a friend that this will match, I will just give it to them instead. And I do have a few more like concealer products. I have the Ordinary Concealer High Coverage Formula, and I tried this maybe once or twice and I did not like the formula, which is why I'm giving it away. But I do love their foundations. I think they have two foundations that I love. It's like the serum foundation, but I think they have two kinds of it. I don't remember, but the concealer I'm not a fan of, so I'm not keeping that. And then I have this small tester of the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation, and this is not my color, which is why I'm not keeping it. So a friend of mine can test this out because Smashbox usually do have really good products. I do have another gloss that I bought from Makeup Mecca, which is like their icing glaze gloss, so I'm giving that one away. It's just like a clear gloss and I don't ever use it, so maybe someone else will like it. Next I do have two lip products from Colourpop. One is their Fresh Kiss Lip Cream. The color is First Taste, and I just remember not liking this formula, or that it was like floating out from my lip if I didn't use a lip liner, I think. And also the Luxe Velvet lip formula in the shade Can You Even. I don't really remember if both of these did that, but I'm not reaching for them, so I figured I would just give them away because I do have a lot of lip products and I would rather reach for those that I know work. So hopefully some of my friends might like these. Another lip product that I'm giving away or throwing away, I'm not sure, is the Karl Lagerfeld and Model Co. This one has like a mirror, and I think it even has like light. Yeah, it does. It's like it has a light in there, and this color is really nice and a beautiful nude kind of lip color. Oh, it smells really nice actually. It smells vanilla, so I think one of my friends might like this, and I mean, I would even like this, but I still just think that I have other things that I'd rather reach for, but it's a really nice lipstick. Oh, and now we just have like this weird stuff left. I have the LA Girl Velvet Blush Contour Stick. I don't know why it's called contour when it's a blush. It's in the shade Snuggle. It's a beautiful color. I just don't reach for it. I have other stuff that I rather reach for, so that's why I was thinking someone else can have this. Then I have liquid bronzer drops from Makeup Mecca in the shade Sunkissed. I never ever use this, so I'm not keeping it. I have some other stuff from Makeup Mecca as well. This one is actually quite nice. It's their Soft Glow highlighter stick, and it's in the shade Glimmer. It would fit me, it's just I never reach for it. You can still see that I've barely touched it, so I was thinking some of my friends might like it. Let's see if we have something else that I have from Makeup Mecca. I have this brow stamp, which I actually really liked. It comes with these different stencils, and there was a stencil that I could use and it looked nice, but it's just not my kind of style to have my brow all filled in, even though I tried to like fade it a bit towards the middle. I personally just like the look of a brow mascara or brow gel better, so that's why I'm not keeping this. And I do have a brow glue from Makeup Mecca as well. This one is just clear, I think, and I prefer their brow gels that have a tiny bit of color in them, so that's why I'm not keeping this one. And also I do have their Perfect Brow Pomade, and I don't know, should I keep this? I mean, I'm trying to get into pomades again, but I think that they reformulated because I loved their previous formula, but this one I don't think I loved that much. So I think that's why I was thinking I'd get rid of this, but I will hear with my friends if they would use it or not, and if not, I can give it another shot. Now we have the long-lasting liquid lipstick in the shade Treasure from Ofra, and I think this one was like a free gift from Beauty Bay when I ordered something, and it's just not really my color, and it's like slightly shimmery. I mean, it would fit with a look like I'm wearing right now, if you can see this one. It's kind of cool, but I don't like Ofra after everything that's been going on with them and their investments in politics, so I don't think I'm keeping it. I do have this, this looks so weird, but I think this one is like a Colourpop shadow or something that I have in one of the Colourpop compacts that I used as a highlighter, and it's just a little bit too deep for me, so if one of my friends wants it, they can have it. If not, I'll probably just throw it away. Then I do have Makeup Geek Brow Pencil in medium brown, but I tried this and it's very warm. I will try to show you how warm it is. It's this one right here. It's just not gonna work for me. I personally prefer a more taupe kind of shade that fits a bit better with my roots. So I'm not keeping this one. And then I do have 2 sample sizes of the Professional from Benefit. Okay, so one is Pore Primer and one is Pearl Primer. I could have used them, but again, I have other primers, so I'm just giving them away. And the last 2 products, I think, or wait, I have one more. I'll just take this one first. It's a water-resistant eyeliner pencil from Makeup Mecca in a kind of shimmery taupe color, but I don't know, I find that this one was just very lackluster. It's the one I just swatched here. I don't know, it's not my favorite kind of formula, so I'll just give it away if a friend wants it. If not, I'll just toss it away because it's not expensive either. I do have these 2 highlighting sticks, or I don't even know if that's what they're called. I think one is like a highlighting stick and one is more of a bronzer stick, or it's just made for 2 different skin tones. But this white one smells like vanilla and it's actually really good, and I was thinking maybe I'll just have it here at my mom's house because I'm moving back to my apartment now and usually I'm here in the summer. And this one smells so delicious from chocolate. I think it's actually chocolate in it, like cocoa powder, and I think these would be really nice for summer, so I might just keep them here, but if a friend wants them, they can have them. But they really smell nice, and you can't get these any longer because Glam Shop is kind of discontinuing a lot of products. But that was actually all of the products that I am not keeping. Oh, and I do have 4 perfumes, but those are like cheap perfumes. It's from La Rive. I don't know if you are familiar with that dupe brand, but this is Her Choice, which I think is supposed to be a dupe for Armani My Way. And I do actually have a perfume called, I don't remember what it's called, but it's from Lattafa, I think, and I know that the red one is called Sakina, but then they have one that I think it's called Eman or something, and it's a blue bottle, and that one smells basically the same and it just lasts longer, so I'm just keeping that one instead. I don't think this is a dupe for anything that I know, but I think it's also, what is it called? Sexy Dentelle. It's just a floral pretty scent. I'm not keeping it. And then we have Armani C dupe, Loveliness Sensuelle, and this one is really nice actually, but I do have another dupe for it, and I don't know, it's not like my favorite scent. I was just like a little bit obsessed with it at some point. And then I have the last, now I promise it's the last. It's Vanilla from Alyssa Ashley, and this one is actually a really nice vanilla to layer because it's very sweet. But I do have other vanilla perfumes now that are higher quality and just a little bit more to my liking. They're a little bit more powdery and less sweet than this one, so that's why I'm not keeping this one. There we finally have it. That's all of the products that I'm getting rid of in my collection. I feel like I did pretty good with removing a few things from Glam Shop because that's been really hard for me getting rid of Glam Shop palettes, so at least now I got rid of a few of them, and I might regret especially like the magenta one, but we will see. Either way, they're going out of my collection now and going to some of my friends and family, so I hope that they will enjoy it. I hope that you like this video. I would love to hear your opinions on some of these products that I decluttered. Is there something that you would have absolutely been keeping, or are you agreeing with me in getting rid of these products? Please leave me a comment down below, and I would also like to know if there are some products that you have decluttered and why you have decluttered them. So I would love to hear that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!